What are we? Adam, wake up! Get up! Get up! We have a show to do.
Oh, bananas! We must have overslept.
Guess we must have been out of energy.
Oh, I can't believe we slept for so long.
Well, forget about that now. We need to get on with the show. Today, we're talking about energy.
Energy. Tell me something about energy.
Well, energy can take on lots of different forms, like heat, which is thermal energy, light, which is called radiant energy.
Oh, I know. There's mechanical, electrical, chemical, and nuclear energy as well.
That's right, Adam. Do you know what the two main types of energy are? They're called potential and kinetic energy.
And what are those?
So, potential energy is stored energy. For example, the food you eat is a stored energy.
Oh, I see.
Once you get the hang of it, it's not hard at all.
Well, you know what that means. It's time to answer questions from our viewers.
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm 10 years old. And my question I'd like to ask is, how do we get energy from food?
Thanks for asking in, Emily. That does look nice. Well, all parts of the body need energy to work. The muscles, the brain, the heart, and the liver. In the stomach, our food mixes with acids to break it down. This process creates glucose, which is an important energy source. Once this glucose is in the bloodstream, the energy can be used right away or stored for later, much like you store your chocolate bars for later.
Hello, my name's Dulcie. I'm 13. How do we collect energy from the sun?
Good question, Dulcie. Well, energy we get from the sun is called solar energy. We use solar panels to convert the solar energy into electricity. It could also be used to directly heat a room. Fun fact for you, Dulcie, solar power is used by over 10,000 American families.
Hi, so my question is, if renewable energy is so good for the world, then why don't we use it all the time?
That is a tough one. Well, if the wind doesn't blow or the sun hides behind the clouds, there wouldn't be enough power for everyone. It's also a lot more expensive to use these renewable sources, and lots of people are happy to keep their bill costs down. My bill's gone up by £3 a month, and I can't buy the limited edition solar system model as Superman as the sun.
You guys asked some pretty good questions today. Okay, so we wanted to show you a video about non-renewable and renewable energies.
Oh, what are those?
Watch this and you'll find out.
Energy can come from loads of different sources. These sources can be renewable or non-renewable. Some examples of sources of energy include oil, coal, natural gas, water, the sun, and wind. Fossil fuels are non-renewable energy sources that formed more than 300 million years ago during the Carboniferous period, long before dinosaurs roamed the Earth. Fossil fuels are made up of plant and animal matter. When plants and animals died, their bodies decomposed and were buried under layers of earth. Millions of years later, we have three forms of fossil fuel: oil, natural gas, and coal. Using these forms of energy is really bad for the environment, as they release chemicals into the air that are damaging the ozone layer. That's a barrier that stops the sun's harmful UV rays reaching the Earth. Supposedly, we only have about 50 years of fossil fuel use left. Then the resources will be gone forever. Nowadays, we make use of all the natural energy sources around us, like water, the sun, and wind. These are renewable energies, which means they can be stocked up again and again, and luckily, we can continue to produce this energy. The energy we get from the sun is otherwise known as solar energy. Enough sunlight falls to Earth every hour to meet the world's energy demands for an entire year. The trick is learning how to extract that energy in a cost-effective way, which we haven't been able to do, although we're getting there. At the moment, we're making use of solar panels, the shiny panels of glass you sometimes see on the top of people's roofs. Solar energy can even be used in calculators and watches. Energy is essential to how we live our daily lives. We need to begin using the renewable sources much more so our world can be as healthy as possible for us and for future generations.
Ah, I get it now. So we need to make sure that we turn all the lights off when we leave the house.
Exactly. It's time for the demonstration of the day. And today we are going to show you how to make elephant toothpaste.
Elephant toothpaste? Fantastic! My elephant sure will be pleased about that. I'm so excited for this one.
Hello! Today I'm going to be making some elephant toothpaste. Now I'm really sorry, but this can't actually be used to clean your pet elephant's teeth. It's only called elephant's toothpaste because of the way it comes out of the bottle, but you'll see that in just a moment. For this demonstration, I'm going to be using a 500 milliliter empty water bottle, a sachet of yeast, 3 tablespoons of warm water, a squirt of trusty washing up liquid, some food colouring, and I'm also going to be using the chemical hydrogen peroxide, which is why I'm wearing these rather glamorous goggles here. Now, firstly, I'm going to pour some of this hydrogen peroxide into the bottle. Now, this is a little bit corrosive, so I'm going to be using a funnel so that I don't lose a hand. Gently pour in. All of it goes in nicely there. And now I'm going to add 8 drops of my favourite colour, green. Or at least a healthy dosage. Drop, 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 drop. That should be lovely. Now, I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon or a healthy squirt of washing up liquid into the bottle. Here we go. Hopefully I can angle it well. Oh, that should be about right. Now, I'm going to put on the lid, otherwise it might get messy, and I'm going to swish it up, just like you do with some cola bottles and some Mentos, but that's a different experiment. Swishy, swishy, swish. Look at that, lovely. Okay, well now what I'm going to do is add the packet of yeast to a cup of warm water. It's basically like the Great British Bake Off already. Now I'm going to add the stirrer, the very expensive stirrer, and do a clockwise motion for about 30 seconds. This should make it a lovely density and a beautiful aroma. It's really starting to stink right now. Okay, that seems to be swishing nicely round there. Okay, now we're going to get ready for the fun stuff. It's now time to pour the smelly yeast water mixture into the bottle. Okay, I'm going to pop my little funnel in and get ready because you're going to see some elephant toothpaste. There we go. As you can see, it's swishing out there. It's a phenomenal experiment because the yeast is acting as a catalyst or a helper to remove the oxygen from the hydrogen peroxide. Now this is happening very fast, so there's loads of bubbles being created. Remember, energy is never created or destroyed, it's just changed from one form to another. We've created an exothermic reaction. The bottle, I can vouch, is very hot. So not only did we create foam, we've also created heat, and that's what I call experimental. Back to you in the studio.
So I can't actually clean any teeth with it? Oh no. Well, that was pretty cool to watch anyway.
Now we're going to go view a scientific episode of The Apprentice that has been lost from the archives.
Okay, I've heard enough. Benjamin Franklin, who are you bringing back to this boardroom? I'll be bringing Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison back, please, Lord Trigger. Alright, the rest of you go back to the 18th century or wherever you came from. You three, I'll call you back in later.
Edison's problem is that he's too big-headed. They all made mistakes, but the others owned up to it. Edison didn't.
Yeah, but Tesla's always trying to one-up the others. And what about Franklin?
Well, he's ambitious, I'll give you that.
Okay, let's bring them in and sort this all out once and for all. Franklin, you were team leader for this task. Why shouldn't I fire you? I'm aware that I didn't show my full potential in this task, but let's not forget I risked my life for science. I discovered positive and negative electricity with my kite and key experiment. Without me, we wouldn't have lightning rods, or the Franklin stove, or bifocal glasses. Okay, I think we're getting a little bit off track here. Same question to you, Edison. Why shouldn't I fire you? Edison? Edison! Sorry, Lord Trigger. Well, I discovered electric waves in space. Franklin might have invented the lightning rod, but I invented an improved light bulb and an X-ray machine. Way more important than a lightning rod. I invented a better X-ray machine. Better than anything you've invented, Edison. If it weren't for the Edison effect, the television wouldn't have even been invented. and then we wouldn't have the apprentice.
The Edison effect. Of course you would name your discovery after yourself. I told you he was big-headed.
Tesla, you've been relatively quiet. Who would you fire here?
Edison.
And why is that?
His methods are tedious.
Your ideas are impractical. Achoo! Well, listen, I think I've heard enough here, quite frankly. Benjamin Franklin, you were the project manager for this task, and to be honest, you were careless. You're determined and enthusiastic, granted, but your methods put everyone else in danger, as well as yourself. And Tesla and Edison, you seem to have some sort of personal vendetta against each other, and it is very much getting in the way of your work.
Can I just say one more thing?
Go on.
I have a Californian rock group named after me. Not everyone can say that.
Tesla, you're always trying to one-up yourself. And before that comment, I might have said differently, but Nikola Tesla, regretfully, you're fired. I cannot deal with that sort of conflict you were having with Tesla, Edison. I will not have that in my boardroom. But you and Franklin are safe for now. I'll give you one last chance.
Without a doubt, Edison was responsible for my demise.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that one.
We're going to store energy using this fantastic blubber glove experiment. What's more is that you can do this experiment at home with an adult. All you need is cotton balls, 2 large Ziploc bags, a spoon, duct tape, water, ice, and a bucket or container like this. You can take a photo of the screen now and save this information for later.
Okay, so we've got all the ingredients. What do we do now?
First, we're going to make an ice bath. So please come and fill up this tank. My arms are a bit short to reach. Now, make sure your hands fit inside the bag we have. Perfect. Fill one of the bags with some cotton balls. And be generous, you're going to need a lot. Excellent. Now you want to take your other bag and place it into the bag with the shortening. Now, make sure your hands fit inside the bag we have. Perfect. Fill one of the bags with some cotton balls. You now have a blubber-filled glove.
What, this?
That's right. Put your hand into the ice water.
Really?
Yeah. So what you're experiencing now is thermoregulation.
Thermo what?
Thermoregulation. So the cotton balls act as the blubber or fat, and the fat is basically keeping the heat in and the cold out. It's what animals like whales and seals use to keep themselves at the right temperature in freezing conditions.
Oh, okay, so the fat always stays the same temperature?
Exactly, and your hand stays toasty.
Well, we know what that means. It's time for the show to end and say goodbye.
Yes, it does. I had a great time this episode.
Me too. I learned a lot about energy. We're definitely hoping for more renewable energy and to stop using fossil fuels.
So that's all from us. See you next time when we'll be looking at electricity. Bye!